Good time zones, everybody, and welcome, for it is Monday, and I have returned it. Greetings, Frauke and Shadow, and hello. Thank you for putting up with the last sort of couple of weeks of stream not being as regular as planned. Things happened, but for the moment, we will be back, I hope. So yes, welcome to Monday, everybody. And I'm currently at IKEA, because IKEA. Hello things, hello stuffy, hello unnamed horse. But actually, the reason I am at IKEA is because if we pull away from the Temple of Petra that we've been, or the Petra-inspired temple, what I am planning today, other than a gorgeous little bit of fly past, because, hey, why not? Might as well play with the bear. Oh, yes, word. Shaders. I don't like this. Or more to the point, we have this, which is the entrance tunnel into the caldera. Now, it's not officially caldera creation, but it's what I want to work on. It is part of the caldera, and so we're going to create it. So, I've been in IKEA, gathering a whole heap of materials, coarse dirt, gravels, tufts, a bit of mossy cobble. I should probably grab a couple more stacks of cobble. This one? He says, a couple. 3 is a couple. And then we shall borrow this unnamed horse. And we shall head over to the caldera, to the build site. I hope everybody had a good and relaxing weekend, and that their week hasn't started with absolute utter chaos. Mine's already looking like this week's going to be interesting. I've had a meeting added to my calendar tomorrow already that's requiring me to change working hours. Go figure. So, that'll be fun. However, it should not impact anything, and I've got no game sounds on. Look out. Weekend of BG3, lots of murder and looting. That sounds like an entirely sensible use of a weekend. Hold on. What is the volume? No, volume's at the right level. Apparently this horse isn't very noisy today. I've not gotten very far with BG3 yet. I have not had much time to play it, and so I'm just going to tie this horse up out here, rather than taking him into the actual stables, because I have a feeling I probably need to go back an achievement for 100 different books read. Of course, they're tracking something like that. I knew that there were books to read, because I've read a few. Books. I've read a few. And so, and yada da da da. Right. What's it on? Chest. Chest will be good. Let's empty my inventory into this chest. These are local materials for local builds. That sounds wrong. However, I also want that one and that one of my blocky bits. And I've put them backwards. I know it sounds weird, but I have a very particular direction that these two have to be in. In fact, usually it's all three. It has to be the deep slate, and then the one with the nether and packed mud, and then the one with everything else. I'm very, very particular. One thing I do want, however, is... Oh no, I picked up a stack of moss, didn't I? Yes, I have a stack of moss. That'll last about 2.5 minutes. So, let's see. This tunnel. It feels tunnelish, and I like it, and I really do like the fact that it exists. I'm just not convinced that it's up to the standard I'm looking for. And it's still not at the standard I'm looking for. One element of it is, I don't know, do I want to make it look like it's been reinforced in places and supported, and do I want to do something about this hidden tunnel? I feel like having a hidden tunnel is entirely on spec for me. Oh, I don't have pure stone. I bet pure stone's at the other end of the tunnel. Have I just set up my building site at the wrong end? That is not the No Drama Safety Llama. That's the No Drama Safety Llama's cousin, Fred. What are we on here? Andesite, tough, dripstone. Ooh, those might be useful. Ooh, actually, let's bring the tough. Actually, let's bring all four of those. Because clearly, 4 equals 6. The very Drama Safety Llama. Am I going to have to get out a name tag and a... and an anvil at this rate? Right, let's put these in here. And put this in here. Right. Stone. And we shall... Let's see. We shall not make sense. We shall not make sense. Okay. And I should probably eat. As you can tell from the number of apples in my inventory, I spent a large portion of the last 4 days harvesting dark oak. Whee. Kel! Hello, Kel! And thank you for the resub. 4 months immersed in this chaos and madness. And greetings, Raven. Good time zone. Let's see. Every time I look at this tunnel, I think it needs something. Something. And I don't know what the something is. So let's see if we can do something about this area. It kind of feels like it needs another hole into the outside world. Because of course, it makes perfect sense. It feels like it needs a little bit of support to make it look like it is being stalagmites. Stalagmites might be interesting. Also, hey, Cyber, you do exist. Stalagmites around the... I think we'll put... If we do stalagmites around the entrance, I think those might be at the opposite end of the tunnel, where we have the waterfall. This end. This end is probably better for stalagmites. And I think it might actually be stalactites, because they hold on tight. to avoid falling, as opposed to stalagmites, which attempted to grow with all of them. I don't know. I can't remember there was a the mites are standing. Yes. There is a. I know it's the stalactites are holding on tight to the roof so that they don't fall down, but I can't remember the reason for the sort of jokey mnemonic. Non-PG already. Well, that's about average for us. That's all, folks. I don't like those two there. Raven has a point. I had a half slab in here somewhere, I think. Yes. 1.5 slab. Now that makes it feel a bit more like this is actually sort of supported. So if we do that as well, and we pull this one back and do that, well, preferably that reminds me, I need to double check the Muppets album that I came home with on Friday, over the weekend even. No, that's the wrong way up. Because I think that Muppets album actually has Manamana on it. Well, that's not helpful. Thank you. You? No. Yeah, why not? No. Let's put that there. I'm going to start with stone, and then we can always adjust it to other materials once we've got the base shape in place. That one could probably do with being toned. And let's put another one there. You see, that already feels a lot more nice. And then immediately I'm just going to go in and rip part of it out, because I'm going to do a second row of stone blocks. And then I'm actually going to do something in the middle between the two, I think. Make it look like this is actually really quite a lot of support. Yeah. That might have been a load-bearing torch. How do I get up? The joys of the tops of my builds still needing to be kept lit up. I have a concern that that was a load-bearing torch. So let's turn on Mini HUD for a minute. Where's the renders? Overlay of light level. Oh. I stand corrected. That was not a load-bearing torch. That's useful. Always good to know we haven't turned things into a mob farm. Have I added the view from here to my Steam library? Oh, Stream library. No, I haven't. I really should. I downloaded it on the day it was released to Patreon, but I have not yet added it to anything. I've been a little bit laggy on getting stuff like that done. And by a little bit, I mean incredibly. Let's make a couple of these and start adding in some life to this texture as well. Actually, that. Oh, maybe I don't have another one of those. Actually, no. I feel like if anything is going to be mossy, it's going to be down near the base of things, where the water would have run to, as opposed to the top, where it's going to be sort of okay-ish. I also feel like I should really make a few more mossy stone bricks. About that many bricks, and about that many mossy. And then we can do one here. I'm not entirely convinced I've actually listened to the whole EP. I have been, understandably, ridiculously confused about what day it is at the best of times. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. It is definitely Monday though. That bit I am. That bit I'm at least a little bit more confident of this week. I feel like that should be a... Greetings, baby crow zombie. Baby crow zombie? Yes. Sounds like one of your relatives, Raven. And welcome and thank you for the follow, Baby Crow. Awesome. Thank you for the follow. Whoops. That's the wrong way up. Come on. There we are. Yes, this is starting to feel a lot more like it's am I going to regret not having way more moss blocks? Oh, where am I going to find moss blocks, though? Not like they're difficult to find. Let's see. I'm going to turn 5 of those into that. There, put those 2 there, so they're a little bit sort of load bearing. And I might actually put 1, 2. Oh, hold on. No. Actually, no, I like that. Let's do that and that. And yeah, let's take this one out. Somewhere in here is the one that I just knocked down. Right. And I need 2 half slabs. 2 half slabs? That's not... there we are. I think that makes it look a lot more like this is supported and structurally reinforced entrance to this tunnel. I mean, we've got all of this over here. We kind of want it to at least look like somebody attempted to do something with this. Although that said, what I'm thinking of doing is let's make it look like there's been a bit of a rock foil. All Princess do MCC glass tub. High Isle off foolish colours. I have no idea what any of that means. I don't actively watch MCC. And I don't actively go anywhere near MCC Island either. Whoops, no, I did not want to put the 60 in. I wanted just the 4. So I'm thinking it might be nice to make it look like there's been a bit of a landslip here. So have it so that it's sort of a bit more like this area. Oh, no, not quite at sleepy time. Didn't I have some mossy cobble here as well? Oh, I did. Oh, and in here, and in here. Apparently I have lots of mossy cobble. That's helpful. I know they had an MCC a couple of weeks back, because there was a lot of people going ooh and getting interested in it because I think Etho was playing for the first time. But that's about as much as I know. Okay, that's feeling a lot more like it's a bit of a landslip. I could do with a couple of cobblestone half slabs. Fantastic. Minecraft. I did not ask for rain. Rain was not on the request docket. Let's see. I think this area needs something to... What have we got? Tough might be good. Oh, and gravel to mimic the screefall. So the tough will blend this into the edges a bit. And then we put some cobble. Let's put some cobble into this area. Where's the cobble? There it is. It's a Minecraft competition. I don't know what the MCC itself stands for, but basically competition event. Multiple streamers and a variety of people end up in 4-person teams fighting for the crown. And to prove that they are Minecraft championships. That might make sense. See, I mean, I wouldn't have the faintest clue what you were talking about. You'd think MC as in Minecraft and championships. Yeah, you'd have thought that I would have possibly been able to guess that one on my own. But apparently, I'm a derp. I'm a derp. I'm a derp. I don't know. Actually, I left myself a couple of pieces of moss carpet in here. And I reckon one of those here. Hey, Chris. Welcome in. Welcome in. Need something there. given the gap, I would say mossy cobble stairs. Let's say would probably fit there. Yeah, I like that. If we take a step back, does that look like it's slipped land? It does. I'd like to do... Oh, crack. Smiggity smeg. Smeg. 1 second. And I return, and oh goodness, a 9:30 a.m. doctor's appointment for it. Yeah, I'm not surprised that has left you completely done for the day. That would kind of leave anybody done for the day. Apologies about the gap there. I had completely forgotten to take a pill. And the universe declared, you need to take this. Please take my meds. I did. Dead on time. This is why I have an alarm that reminds me to take them. Usually I take them just before stream. Somehow today I completely forgot. I'm a little bit off balance mentally. But this is why I have reminders. Reminders are what keep you good and sane. And where's the tough? Let's actually, you know what? Since we're actually outside and doing areas out front of this, let's bring in the camera count so that we can actually have all the fun of figuring out what I'm looking at from a sensible angle. Well, I won't be putting gravel there then. I believe Sanity is somebody I've seen on a couple... Oh, well, that's not going to help. A couple of other streamers' chats. Lovely person. I'm going to regret this. I want to put something under this one. Because I want to stick some mossy cobble under there and then put the gravel in. And I've still got a hole in the cliff. There's a hole in my cliff. Dear Liza, there's a hole in my caldera. Dear Liza, hole. That song has absolutely no bearing on the current music track in the background. With normal cobble, and let's go with a cobble stair here. Cobblestone stair. I'm not sure about where is it here. Is it this bit? Yeah, that looks wrong. Let's full block over the top of meh. So let's do that. Does that look better? That looks better. That looks a lot better. Don't like this. Let's put that into there. And I feel like this should probably be that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, that makes this... Where am I? Oh. I was aiming to be on the bridge there. See, that's a... as you come over the bridge, that's one of the focal points. It's what you see as you're heading towards the tunnel. So that does need all the detailing that it can get. Yes. I think what we'll do is let's take out these and put in some more of this. And one of those and a bit of this here. You feel wrong. Let's replace you with a bit of mossy cobble, thank you. Just to give this more of an hole. No. That way around. And then you, which means that you're at the top of there, which I feel like tough would be good here, because that follows the tough vein that's holding this up. But then again, I need a couple of those. I'm going to end up bringing all of this all the way down here, aren't I? One of those there. And what do you need to be? Let's make you gravel. Am I allowed to sleep? Or will I end up placing gravel on top of my bed? These and more questions will completely be ignored. Yay! It stopped raining! Okay, that feels good. But I'm tempted to have... I'm tempted to make this area feel more like it's been affected by the land... by a landslip as well. Because it wouldn't make sense for it to just flow into the cave. The cave? The cave. Excuse me? Who invited you? Where the heck did we get a baby drowned from? Brilliant. Now I've got baby shark stuck in my head, but baby drowned, do 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 do, baby drowned, do 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 do. I would apologise, but I won't. Do it with a few cobble half slabs though, and some more mossy cobble half slabs. I'm going to end up attacked by something in a minute. Knowing my luck, it'll be a porpoise. They call him Flipper, mad as a hatter. No one you see is upset as he. They call him Flipper. Wait, what? Where did that come from? That's also on a postcard. Let's not take all of this and turn it into that, but I think that's probably good. How does that look? That looks like it really should carry on over in this direction a bit. Probably let's do you, a little bit here. I'll leave that cave just because I can't be bothered to fill it in. That's better. That feels more like there's been a solid landslip down here. Concept of a solid landslip. Do I want to know what the heck was for? I think I might have missed context for that flipper. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in my head right now. Where do I have some... Did I have some andesite? I do have some andesite. A longer one today, eh? Good luck, Raven, and try and keep the faith. Keep the faith? What the heck? Yeah, I'm not sure I know what's going on in my head at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get 5 stairs in andesite. And we'll start on slabs in a minute. I just want to make this feel. I want to make this feel. Yes. Not sure what I want it to make it. What I want to make it feel, but that helps with sorting out the fact that whoops, was a very, very solid section of hill. That gives it a bit more texture. Now, do I have my... No. Yes. One of my plants, I have some basic grass, which I want to place on a couple of these bits around here. Because you can't normally grow grass on these things. And at least not without properly. Can you? No, you can't place grass on gravel. That's a shame. And I don't have... I could have sworn I had some dead... Apparently not. Dead things. You know, you get sticks from them. Dead bush. Yeah. Thought I had some of those. Yeah, you see, you can translate for me, Kel. One of us had to. I like this. This feels good. This feels... I think I need to do something on this side now. I mean, you're not wrong. This side feels like... I mean, I'm tempted to excavate this bit and turn it into a sort of little guardhouse type thing. I mean, the problem is, the moment I excavate this, I'm going to find that this is hollow. Because, of course, this is a hollow mountain. We've been borrowing ideas from Switzerland ever since we started building this. I refuse to comment on that. let's do a little bit of landscape prep. If in doubt, fill in the divots. This isn't a divot, this is a construction area. Ooh, a piece of stone came back. But the stone came back the very next day. The stone came back. Couldn't get rid of it. The stone came... No, that's the cat came back. I reckon we could turn that into a... I'd probably safer not to, Kel. I've got some cracked brick, so let's crack up a little. Just to help with some of the texturing a bit. And while we're here, I'd like to put one there. And let's put away the andesite because I'm done with that for at least 20 seconds. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because I saw these and they're like, well, why are those there? But there's got to be a story behind those bits of wall. So let's actually give a reason for there to be a story. A reason for there to be a story. As statements go, it's not the worst I've made this week. It's Monday, Scots. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I can't possibly already have no clue what I'm talking about. So if we can do a mix of this being as though it was the original stone, and some of it's been helped out, and whoops, apparently it's darkness. What do you mean it's not darkness yet? See? Told you it was darkness. Not quite a cuppa, but it'll do. Let's see. If we bring you... Actually, no, let's go with a double door. I feel like I need something here for... and I suppose we've got... no, not in the slightest. Could use polished andesite. Part of me is like, I really want smooth stone. But polished andesite might work. For a doorstep, as it were. What do you think? Polished andesite or smooth stone? And let's go with polished andesite. We've got it. Somewhere. I know I saw it here a second ago. There it is. This is a very mixed bag of stuff. The fact that it's an IKEA bag makes that even more obvious. Oh, that's good, because then those look like sections of wall that have collapsed. Yes, that works nicely. So if we do you and you and you, and a bit here, and actually we probably want those two to at least be... Hey TGM, welcome to Monday. Let's go with some mossy stone around this wall corner. This wall corner? Yeah, this wall corner sounds like a valid statement. Finally home. Yes, I am. And I'm sure that wasn't what you meant. Have I got any cobble? Of course I do. I have large amounts of cobble. Hold on. I've made a height goof. I wasn't expecting there to be... Actually, we could possibly... Let's use that to our advantage. And do things like this. A bit there. And one of you here, and here, and here. And a cracked brick here and here, and let's put a mossy stone brick there, a mossy cobble even, and let's put a mossy cobble here, and that'll make it look like there used to be a floor here, but it's just been sort of destroyed over time. And we can probably fill that with water, because if we fill that with water, that'll look really cool. Look like water has seeped in, and under those circumstances what I would like to do is make it really look like this area is very damp. Don't need more of this. Yes. I'm trying to only make what I need of this, because otherwise I'm going to end up with an inventory full of stuff. He says with an inventory full of stuff, quite literally already. Do that. I can then put you here. If I can get like that. That's better. Kind of wasted that one, but meh. Mossy cobble is cheap recently. So what we could do is have... Ooh, that'll work nicely. I need a bucket. Bucket. If I do this, we could have it so that it looks like there's water dripping down from that. No, I don't like that. That looks just too much. Need another bit of water. Let's do you. You're already full. That looks better. That I like. Like to have something here. Preferably not full of water. Yeah. That works nicely. Got all of this sort of... ooh. Can I? Possibly. Yeah, I can. You... Not you. Are you where I think you are? Yes, you are. That's good. If I do that, and then get another bucket of water... waterlogging the cobble stair is a nice... What, this one? It's already waterlogged. Why did I go downstairs to get waterlogged? No, what I'm thinking is, if I put water into a trough over the top of the wall, one in front. No, I think I'm tempted to leave that one unwaterlogged. Just to be pushnickety. Does that need to be waterlogged? You're probably right. Let's waterlog it. Ah! Yes! That's what I was hoping for. Now we've got water dripping down from the walls. That explains why this area is so full of water. Because it's dripping. I don't think you can see that very easily. Yeah, that works. I like it. It's not needed in any way, shape, or form. It's a complete and utter, just over the top effect, but I like it. And if I do this, oops, no, not you. We can make it look like there used to be a ceiling here. Not sure about those three. Those three feel wrong. Welcome back, Kel. Yes. So we've got water dripping off here, we've got solid stone, we've got bits that used to be roof. I need doors. Did I have any doors in here? No. But I have the materials for doors in there, so that'll do. Why did I have two completely separate stacks of spruce logs? I don't know. That makes no sense. But hot chocolate. I might have to make myself some hot chocolate later now. I swear the velvetizer was a very, very bad good idea. Something that makes lovely hot chocolate. I get a bit too used to using it. Let's get rid of this for a second. And I will... so there's a company in the UK called Hotel Chocolat. And they do something called the Velvetizer, which is basically a machine that they have for making hot chocolate. It has no purpose other than the making of hot chocolate. And it does it incredibly well. And so I bought one. And as a result, I now find it very easy to make very nice hot chocolate. Which is entirely the problem, because I now find it very easy to make very nice hot chocolate. Yep, it is actually they provide, well, they do their own chocolate sachets that you can use. Although, as Tor has regularly stated, you don't have to use theirs. It will just make anything else so much better. No, that feels wrong. I feel like I should do some... Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. How do I get on top of this? There it is. There. 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 Yeah, this is definitely not hot chocolate powder. This is anything but hot chocolate powder. This is generally in the direction of if you took really nice, say 70% dark chocolate, in my case, and just grated it, and then poured, and then used that. That's not what I wanted there. I wanted tough there. Sounds about right for okay. No. Yay for delay. Boo for the fact that it'll probably make things less fun later. That's not what I wanted to put there. That'll do. I need to blend this outwards because at the moment this looks really weird. Surprisingly, short delays can be the worst because they throw you off because you can't do anything else. At least that's my thought on the matter. If it was a long delay, you could go and get some work done on something else and not feel like you were distracted or losing it. A short delay, you're stuck. You can't do anything else. Where's my... There it is. And this one? No. This one has the andesite in it. Yeah. As I said at the beginning of stream, I've had a meeting added to late in the day tomorrow, to the point at which I have to leave the office early to be able to get home, to be able to actually be back online for this meeting. So that'll make things fun. Well, that's not where I wanted to put that. That's better. That helps break up the edge. That now looks like, well, it needs a bit more work further up, but that now looks more like it's sort of blended in structure. I suppose I've got an andesite slab or stair anywhere. No, of course not. Whoop, hold on, there's a hole there. There's a hole in my mountain. Dear laser, dear laser. Why is there a stair here on its own? That feels like it was something that I took down. I love the fact that this, it's just basically giant hollow mountain. What was I looking for? Oh yeah. Some stairs. I don't need any more iron bars. I think we've got a window here that looks like it used to be part of this building. You feel like you should be an andesite stair. Definitely be one there. One here. If I put one there, I really should bring in some more of the andesite, but let's put in gravel instead. Yeah, that helps. I don't want to do the whole cliffside. Just enough. Just the areas where this is clearly close to what you're going to be walking through and seeing. So this is the high detail zone. Further out, we'll just do little bits of texturing by way of putting in all the solid blocks and so forth. But this area gets the whole detail. Solid blocks, half slabs, bits, pieces, grasses, you know, all mod cons. Hot and cold running chaos. Hot and cold running chaos. What the heck? I had some half slabs still. Actually, I'm tempted to put one on the outside of this wall. Like here. That's better. That looks like it's a collapsed, broken down sort of gatehouse of some form. You know what? I think I'm just going to ignore that block that's just floating there. Unless my parkour skills happen to suddenly dramatically improve. Who'd have thought? My parkour skill... No, that's not a bed. That's a shulker box. You can't sleep in a shulker box. You're not a cat, Scotsman. You look nothing like a cat. Stop attempting to sleep in a box. These two feel wrong. That's better. And that one. And now these two feel wrong. Let's go for tough on those. Yes, that's better. Okay. So now we've got what used to be some sort of room. We've got a visible support structure in here. This central line down the middle of this area. I want to do something with it. And I don't know entirely... No, that's not the chest I'm looking for. You, you. Both of those for the moment. Right, let's get rid of you into here. My gut instinct says I'm tempted to say cobbled the deep slate form might be a good. Hey up. We have visitors. There's a new Gordonite vein. Hello, Gordonite. Do you want to be turned into Gordons? Don't worry. You're in the wrong area of the world. This is not my current Gordonite mining zone. The current Gordonite mining zone is at 888,8. If you head over there, you can go and see all of the other Gordons. I'm gonna ignore them. I might show that off later. Typical. One chest I didn't get out. Deep slate bricks. Do I have... Do I have deep slate? Yeah, it really is, the Raven. 888Y8 is exactly where it is. I know because I teleport the cam account over there every so often, and it has just been so easy to remember exactly where I'm going.
I just want to go back.
It's going to be even funnier when I get round to putting in a nether portal, because that's going to be 111. You know what? Let's see what 888 is. You can't see that because of the overlay. Let's go and see what's at 888. Oh, so close. It's just below it. Not quite 88. A basement jail is called for. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. That said, there's an entire lower tier that is going to be... No, that's not where I wanted to put that. Come back here. Don't want to lose materials. There's an entire lower... I've just made exactly the same mistake. Thank you, Raven. What you haven't seen is I've placed a block here 3 times. Exactly where I didn't want it. I need a stair. There. That's better. And then what I'd like to do is... Oh, I will need to fix you. And you're okay, so I need another stair. I'm thinking that deep slate brick inlay between the 2 brick rows will help this stick out as being something more interesting, and just give it a little dab of detail. without being too heavy with it. That one needs to be a half slab, then it's stair. And these are inconveniently right next to another flipping hole in the universe. Why? Just why Minecraft? Except, of course, it's not Minecraft's fault that there's this stocking enormous cave. It's because my own fault. Can't blame Minecraft for the huge cave. Nope. That one. I'd love to be able to blame Minecraft for the huge cave. But for once, it's my own fault. Don't! Missed. Okay, so I need 2 cobble deep slate stairs. One here. That's better. That gives this a feel. What I might do is insert some... yes. I'll finish that statement in a minute. What did I say they were? Cobbled. Yes, absolutely. Makes perfect sense. He's not nitpicking, he's picnicking. He's accurate. That's the problem. Ah! No. Oh, that doesn't work either. Let's put in that there. And if I put one here, like so, and like so, I have a reason for why I'm putting these in. Picnicking. Ah. Well, that tends to be the case for anybody's stream when it goes wrong. It's usually the panic basket. Do I have... Oh, I do! Fantastic. I have dark oak fences. Which is mysteriously what I was looking for. I want to make it look like this is sort of an old gateway. I should probably sleep. Apparently I shouldn't. Needs a bit more on the left. Panic basket, yes. I thought that stone wall over there was a skeleton. And I was like, how is there a skeleton here? I'm thinking if I do this, I can make it look like there used to be something here, and it's been sort of broken down and sort of forced open. I wonder who by. Couldn't possibly have been forced open by the Gordons, seeing as how we've also rebuilt this path and rebuilt this bridge. Badly, I'll state. But hey, who am I to argue with Gordons over whether or not they've built a path correctly? Actually, the answer is usually I'm the one whose path they've failed to build properly. Now if we do a bit here, a bit there, like so. Yes, that gives this the nice sort of detail of there used to be something here. Good grief. I would never be able to manage that level of focus. We all know that my level of focus is... Oh, wait, I've been streaming? Squirrel! Oh, hold on. Did I have... Yeah. No. You. Let's do that and that. And... you and you. Whereas I'm just chronic. Now I saw some campfires here, which made me wonder why the heck I had campfires. But that'll help me start taking away. So I'd like to use those as sort of ways of lighting up this corridor. Tunnel. Tunnel is the word I was looking for. Because now that we've got the entrance done, which took significantly more longer than I was planning, there's at least half a dozen statements in there. Not all of them are accurate. Now we've got a tunnel entrance, we can start focusing on the tunnel itself. Oh god. It's taken an hour and a half just to do the entrance to the tunnel. Something tells me this might not be one stream's worth of work. And I'm out of hoppers. That, however, is a bit more of a problem. Oh look, I have iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go for another 10. There. If I did that, that's... yeah, that many. It's one of those. How many hoppers can you make with with 10 blocks of iron? My brain just went, math, panic, math. I can't math. Right, let's turn on the mini HUD overlay for a minute or two. And see where we need to put these to light up the tunnel. Oof. Yeah, that's a lot of not light. Good. And I'm going to say, yeah, let's do that at this height. I've been trying to work out what height the floor of the tunnel is. I haven't a clue yet. But hey, what's the worst that can happen? We'll build all of this and then have to take it to pieces. Oops. Apparently there's more darkness here. Would you like some darkness to go with your darkness, sir? Here, deep in the tunnels of, well, this thing. That already looks so much more epic than a tunnel full of torches. Let's see, if I put one... Oh, I need something to help support that, apparently. There we are. It's a shame that you can't... I haven't... get a bit. No. Let's bring that round from the corner. Here. Oh! That's not got very much height. Here. Here would be good then. Right in the middle of these zeros. And that we can solve with a single bit of glow lichen. But I'm out of campfires, which is a bit of a problem. Kind of wish there was a way of making it look like there was smoke at the top of the corridor. Tunnel. Whatever. Don't suppose my chest of light things has... Nope, it doesn't. Poop. Why do I not have any more campfires? Who sells campfires? One of the villagers sells campfires. Is it fishermen? I think it's fishermen. Let's take my chest of expensive doohickeys. Yeah. And go and have a chat with some fishermen. Because I think I can buy campfires rather than spending like an hour of time trying to get the materials for them. That's if they're at a reasonable price. If they're not at a reasonable price, I'll just spend a little bit of time making some campfires. Nope. Minecraft, you shouldn't be doing that. It's not 20 past. Why are you lagging? How powerful is that rocket? Minecraft, why are you lagging? You shouldn't be lagging. Either way. Up here, we happen to have some very confused villagers that are apparently stuck behind some netherrack. Hello, sir. Excuse me. I wish to have a chat with you. No, apparently not you. Yes, you. Yes. Hello. How many campfires can I buy from you? 12. 12. Is that it? Chromatic insomniac. That would be very colourful. Gentlemen, you're not getting out. I'm curious. Why do you two sell them, but this gentleman doesn't? Is it because he's still only a journeyman? Are you going to be any value to me at all? Oh, it's getting dark and you want to go to bed. I see. Look, go on. See, these two know that they've got a bed here. Here, have a bed. Yes, you've got the nice sparklies that... Hi, Mirage Strike. Welcome. Look, you had the nice sparklies that said you had just noticed the bed. Would you mind going and sleeping in it? I don't have a bed. I don't have a bed. Too slow. You've got the green sparklies. You know where your bed is. Yes, that's your bed. Yes, bed. Bed. It's like working with lunatics. Kind of tired, but not terrible. That's I mean, tired tends to happen. I'd like you to, you know, restock, please. Are you just gonna go and stand in the corner? Villagers. The things that make you want to actually murder villagers. Also known as any conversation involving villagers. Guys. No. Don't push me around. You just want the high ground. See, I can get the high ground too. I don't know what you're up to. I want more campfires from you. Any one of you. Sell me campfires. Hey, Jen. You find me at home with the fishermen, who are currently doing what all villagers do, which is make me want to murder them. Look, I know that you're a little bit more free range than most people would let you have. I.e., you're actually allowed to walk around in a house as opposed to a one-by-one hole. That expression has no brain inside of it. That expression has absolutely no brain inside of it. You also sell nothing of value. Look, I need you to sell me things. I've got the shinies. I've got the shiny rocks. Shiny rocks. Shiny rocks. You want the shiny rocks, don't you? Shiny rocks? Just like the squids. No, squids you can kill for if you kill a squid, you get something useful out of them. If you kill one of these guys, you just get nothing. Except for maybe being murdered by a passing iron golem. Hey! Thank you. 48. Are we going to stop at 48? I think stopping at 48 is probably for the best. Are they also clicky-clacky math rocks? I'm sure you can do maths with them. Also, hail Landstrad. I left my chest of expensive things over here. Right, I got 48 campfires out of that. That'll do for at least 5 minutes. Shiny, clicky, clacky math rocks. Yes, don't we all? It is a dangerous thing that we tend to collect around here. Right, let's get back to what we were working on, also known as the tunnel into the caldera. What the heck? Andrew? What did I do? Do I have any purple glitter ones? By way of shiny math rocks? I might actually. Just not in Minecraft. Well, actually, no. I have. I've got a chest of the shiny purple glittery things, haven't I? Huzzah! I've managed to get back here without actually going splat into the hillside. The hills are alive with splatting Scotsmen, but not today. Purple is new colour. You look nothing like the Seventh Doctor's assistant, but we'll let you off. Once you cave, you keep the crave. Yep. Right. We were in the process of the hills are alive and they're eating people. Ooh. We got this lovely line of zeros. And we got a campfire over there, so let's put one over here. I don't know why I'm crouching to put that on there. That solves that line of zeros. Oh, that's a long line of zeros. It's not easy being green. Let's see. I'm working my way slowly out of this tunnel, placing all of the campfires that are necessary to light it up. I'm going to place one here. I know it's not against anything, but we can make it against something shortly. And I'm going to do the same here. You? No. You. I don't know. Why do I keep crouching to place campfire? To place they're hoppers. That's the word I'm looking for. On top of walls. That doesn't make sense. You don't get to be there. What are the odds you're in the hopper? Missed. Oh, hold on. No. Let's use a Silk Touch axe on this. Will you stop stealing my stuff? You're a very bad hopper. I shall call you Douglas Hopper. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan? How does a hopper become Obi-Wan? Right. That's good. Now we have light all the way through this tunnel, and it's not from off by one. Ah! Yeah. One of these days I really need to consider commissioning something, but... something. Why do I have 2 sets of shears? Why do I have 2 sets of shears? I thought I only had 1 set of shears in my inventory. Oh well. I have no clue what I'm doing. And that's nothing new. Food. Food? I don't think you can eat shears, but let's eat something else. Right. Let's start doing something about the path through here. We want to make it look like this is following the contours of the corridor. The fact that this is a tunnel and therefore I don't know, but hey, where am I? There we are. Right, you. I don't need you. I need you. I need. No. You I need, and you I need. Is there anything else? Oh, gravel. Gravel is good for corridors. Paths, even. I know what I'm doing. Really, I don't. If anyone has ever been convinced that I have any clue what I'm doing, I'm very surprised. Seriously. Don't make me crabby. Don't make me crabby, Kel. You wouldn't like me if I was crabby. Crab, crabbity crab, crab. Snip. I don't know what I'm doing at the best of times. Why? I think I'm going to leave the mud bricks and the packed mud for closer to the other end of the tunnel. What I will do is cracked stone bricks and stone bricks, though. Because that feels like it's probably the sort of thing that we would have had more of at this end. Oops, bedtime. But Chris, we know you're a nice person. You can't convince us otherwise. I made some coarse dirt, and let's use dirt as well. I feel like I've shortchanged this section of corridor. That's for me to know and you to find your enemies. Get back here. And I feel like I should then feather this out to dirt. I don't want this to be too dirty. Under the as in, I don't want this to have too much dirt because it is effectively supposed to be an underground tunnel. But dirt would have been tracked in, and so it would have coagulated. It would have ended up here. Let's go with that. That's a clock, Scots. You can't build things with a clock. No matter how much BWO might suggest otherwise. Okay, that feels good. That's a good start. I like that. What I am thinking is I probably want to put in a couple of ruts in a few places. So let's do a few of you. No, you. Hey, Squishy. Welcome to Monday. God rest our souls. Phrasing. How goes? It goes. It is. It's taken nearly 2 hours to basically build the entrance to a tunnel and to start on the floor of it. I feel this is probably a little bit slow, but then again, it's me. I'm not exactly renowned for being one of the fastest builders on the planet when working on high detail. I'm not even renowned for being anything. Oh, one moment, Kel. My brain is a little bit in one of those. Right, and hail hydrate. Course for the par. Yeah. We are definitely coursing something. And a stretch. Oh boy. Stretch. Just the one pop today. It is a squeaky bottle, Chris. It is a very nice swell bottle that I got from Approaching Nirvana for being a patron, and I'm very happy with it. It is something that makes me very happy as a bottle. I mean, swell bottles are nice in their anyway, but having one that actually has a reason behind it is one of those things that occasionally is just nice to have. And I should probably do normal stone, brick. Okay. That's better. We've got a bit of a path beginning to... that sounded like a caldera sheep in the background there. That's definitely not a caldera chess set sheep. They're further back. Ooh, no. 2 of those together. Don't want that. I need more materials. More. Surprisingly, I think I need more dirt. Do I have dirt? Not in that chest, I don't. Not in that chest, I don't. Your course. Dirt. I don't have any dirt. How do I not have dirt? This is unacceptable. Caldera Site C should have dirt. How did that not become a splat? Who knows? I'll accept it. Rigorous cleaning. Hello, Enkidu. Hello, Yo-Yo. Actually, let's go back this way. Convenient waterfall. Yes, it was, Chris. It is officially a Chaos Chicken. Or rather, it's a Chaos Caldera Chicken. And therefore, since it was green, Enkidu. We have been naming for some reason, probably me, for what was I trying to say? Oh yes, for a variety of, excuse me, naming of the birds. Yes, for a variety of reasons, you have absolutely nothing of value. I'm not even going to steal your llama. For a variety of reasons, parrots became Caldera chickens, or at least became nicknamed Caldera chickens. And so when we needed names for one of them, it seemed only logical, for values of logic, that one of them became Enkidu. Welcome to my stream. If you have any idea, Yo-Yo. We had a reason for Yo-Yo. I think it was because that day we were suffering quite badly from some issues with... I want to say that day we were suffering from a lot of issues with lag, and things kept... Thank you, TGM. The parrot kept lagging backwards and disappearing. Apparently my ability to speak has left. Oh good. It's rare for me to actually be able to make sense. That's normal dirt. I wanted the coarse dirt. No, lag around here tends to be comedic as opposed to destructive. Hence the reset dictionary. Have you tried turning my sanity off and on again? No? Well, have you tried throwing a dictionary at it? Actually, I don't want one in the corner. I'm going to probably go through and add some things that make this look like it's actually a little bit more curved as a tunnel. So I'll come back to that in a minute. This one feels like I might need to have a bit of a rethink about the placement of that torch. Or at least the height of it. Because in theory, it's too low. That's a shame. That definitely sounds painful. Let's see. Where shall we put that back? I'm tempted to put that. Tempted to put it here. I think that'll be fine. And where's the campfire? Yeah, I think that'll be alright. And I've got a couple of half slabs, like so, and another one or two here. And we'll bring in... And apparently it's pitch black outside, judging by the clock in my inventory that I've been completely ignoring. This could be painful. There's an invisible wandering trader. Greyhound bus getting tossed around in traffic due to lag. Ooh. Ouch. Oh wow. That looks... I like the feel of this already. Just that little bit has makes this feel so much more like it's actually a tunnel. I don't know why. Hold on. Cool. Yes, it does, Raven. Sorry, I just got distracted by a text message. I got stuck in some very interesting traffic over the weekend, and it turns out it was a boat going along the motorway. And by a boat, I mean a boat that was big enough to take up both lanes of a dual carriageway, and thus needs some all sorts of interesting fun. No, and I'm not playing Baldur's Gate on stream. Although there have been people suggesting I should consider a Final Fantasy Friday. Partially to try and get me to catch up. Oversized transport. Just a little, Chris. It had the full truck at front, truck at rear, and pair of escort vehicles as well. Yeah, BG3 is definitely... Well, yeah, definitely not PG. And I'm still trying to stay reasonably PG-13 at least. Could do FF Saturdays and then... Yeah, that's a possibility, Raven. I did notice that there were conversations about doing a catch-up Saturday the other day, and fortunately that was when I was out of town still, dealing with all the things that I have been dealing with. Was that the last of my... Yes, it was. Do I have any more mossy cobble? Oh where did the mossy cobble all go? Oh where could it be? I can't think. It looks like it's all in the floor, the walls, the builds, the ceiling. It's not in the ceiling. I haven't been putting mossy cobble in ceilings. I'm still working on the assumption that the moss would have been down towards the floor. I don't think it will be Frauke. As noted. It feels like moss is the sort of thing that should only be at low levels because stuff's dripped downwards. Well, that's in the wrong place. That's good to know, Squishy. I will have a think. Where's my coarse dirt? There it is. No. I feel like I should blend this. Sudden hole under floor is sudden. Hello, hole under floor. I feel like I should be blending this in a bit better. Right, how's that looking? I think I really should do something along there. It doesn't feel... This path feels lopsided. And it's not just because those are there, it's just because it feels like it is lopsided. Let's put some more mossy cobble in, that's better. And then let's put some more coarse hello hole. I think that was the last of my coarse dirt that's in my inventory, but I'm fairly sure I made multiple stacks of coarse dirt. Let's see if we've got some. Hello, coarse dirt. Well, I can hear the wandering trader still, but I can't see him. Where is he? Ah, there he is. Hiding under the bridge. He's become troll. When did wandering traders become trolls? Hold on. I have tough, I have coarse dirt, I have gravel. Do I have gravel? Yes, I do. I swear, wandering traders are just... There's something weird about them. Since they started spawning under bridges. I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like I should add in some actual moss blocks in some places along this corridor. Let's take you out and make you moss. And take you out and make you moss. And take those out at that point in my inventory, because you can guarantee that I will actually use them by accident. It's just grown in from the outside, Raven. I think I'm going to have to cover it up. I can't really coarse dirt it. I mean, don't forget, this corridor didn't exist. Actually, no, it didn't grow in. It was already here. This is the original landscape level. Before I built a mountain over the top of it. Well, caldera. Honestly, I'm not sure I really want it to be there. It'll likely end up looking a lot more like this. So it'll end up looking a lot more like that. I'm just being a bit sort of... I'm trying to avoid using all the coarse dirt. It's just... This is... I'm working down the middle of the road first, and then I'm going to work upwards out the sides. I can only think in 18 different directions all at once. Different directions? What the heck does... what? No. Don't ask. Even I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I think my brain has given up. Rumours of me ever actually having a brain are entirely exaggerated. Look. No! Stop pushing me around! I'm being pushed around by a wandering trader. Dang nabbit. Dude. Don't make me find a flint and steel. Aren't I a mech driven by a bunch of squirrels? Shush. You're not supposed to give that away. Squeak, squeak, squeakums. Any and all rumours that I am, in fact, a dozen squirrels in a trench coat are also wrong. Where's my tough? There it is. Best fate. Workplace accident form printed on cabbage paper. My cabbages! Hey, sci-fi. Three dozen squirrels in a trench coat. That might actually be more accurate. Apparently it's getting dark outside, judging by the colour of the sky seen through the entrance to this tunnel. So I should probably... Oh, and the fact that on my other screen, the Wandering Trader has just decided to go invisible. Yeah! You do not want to wake up with the camel stood on next to the bed. That's almost as bad as suddenly finding a horse's head in your bed. Did I say camel? I meant llama. Why did I think I said camel, though? I did say camel. Why did I say camel? I think we're going to have my brain checked. We might need another reset dictionary at some point at this rate. And that Scott doesn't know the difference between a llama and a camel. I do. I absolutely do. Camels are larger and scarier. Llamas rule the world. Neither of them are things that you want to wake up facing. If you or anybody else wakes up facing a camel, then you really, really need to worry about what you were doing last night and what you were drinking. That actually sounds logical, Hi-Fi. Stop that. We can't do logic in this place. Logic is a banned concept. That's the coarse dirt. I think this is where I'm going to start introducing more coarse dirt, less stone, and move towards having the the wheaty dirt and the wheaty dirt brick involved in the path towards this end. But what I think I'd like to do is spend a bit of time. Since we're spending a lot of time running back and forth at this point, I think I'd like to actually spend some time doing the detailing down the sides of this corridor. Tunnel. I don't know why I keep calling it a corridor. I mean, it's both. A corridor, a tunnel. Somebody find my flint and steel. Is it in here? No, no. There it is. Excuse me. There appears to have been... No. He ran away. There appears to have been an accident. Oh! Will you stop dragging your llamas through the fire? You're free. You're free to do what you want. Food? Food. Okay. Nope, that's not what that goes in. This is what I get for running back and forth in a corridor. I keep running out of food. Right. Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Dunga-dunga-dunga. What I would like is... let's say about that many of that, that many of that. Viva the Llama-motion. Yes. The llamas have accidentally survived the Llama-lution. Are you sure it's Llama-lution and not Llamageddon? F2508, 2508C. That sounds like you're trying to hand a squirrel an incident report form. I'm not quite sure what the incident is that you're trying to report. I'm going to assume it's probably something to do with accidental death of a wandering trader. At which point my response would be, we ignore those. Even the no drama safety llama has stopped paying attention to the sudden and inexplicable deaths of wandering traders. That's better. That feels a bit more like what I'm looking for. And it feels much more like what I'm looking for. What are the odds that went in here? Yep. This is why we go through and half slab many things. Trader spontaneous combustion while on the job. You see, as I said, even the wandering no drama safety llama doesn't pay attention to those anymore. The wandering no drama. No, I did not want that block to be removed. I wanted this block to be removed. You can become one of those. Oh, that looks nice. That looks much better. That's the thing, I want to make it look a lot more like this is rounded and solid, and possibly add in absolutely nothing out of that chest. That chest should not be out still. I'd like to make it at least look like this corridor is reasonably natural. Let's go with natural. Natural is the word I am failing to word. I'd like it to. I really would like to actually consider putting in some veins of. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Maybe. I was thinking of trying to put in some veins of the dripstone and possibly some deep slate to make it look like this is more sort of volcanic in its origin. But oh, no, that just looks wrong. But I'm not entirely sure how to make this corridor look volcanic. Doing that to it is not going to help. And this one definitely needs to change. That's better. Let's take out a couple of these. Give it a bit more of a sort of semicircular style. Yeah, and apparently we need to sleep again. I'm very glad of it, but I'm kind of surprised that given my tendency not to notice the fact that it's getting dark, I'm very surprised that National Rum Day is Wednesday. Really. River of dried up obsidian on bottom. Ooh, that would be dangerous. And difficult. And highly, highly annoying if I placed a block out of place. Now, I know I placed all of these in a minute ago. But I didn't have all of the materials in hand. Oops. Please ignore the backstage past areas. That's one of those. That was a backstage area. You didn't see that. I've been watching too many Scar videos. If I start referring to things as backstage areas, I've been watching too much of his stuff. I am not attempting to build Scarland. Not that insane. Even he's not that insane. Actually, he is. Are those coarse dirt or just dirt? They're just dirt. That's good. Because I'm about to fill in over the top of them, and I'd hate to think I'd wasted coarse dirt. Have lava down at the bottom and accidentally dig into the bottom of a riverbed. The problem is there... Well, actually, no, there is a riverbed over the top of this. Thank you, Windows. I think we do have a... That's definitely coarse dirt. No, that was just normal dirt. Wow. That looked like coarse dirt from it. I think I've got a partial made river somewhere up on the surface. Oh, that feels so much nicer already. It's nice to put in things like the cobble and the stairs, because they make this feel a lot more like it's sort of areas that have collapsed or slid or have been just sort of worn away and brushed over to the side over time. Which is the sort of thing that would happen. T-minus 7 minutes. Really? I barely built anything today. Says the man who's probably placed like a couple of 100,000 blocks today. It's not that many. Good few hundred blocks at least. Am I out of stairs? I am out of stairs. Would somebody double check for me? Where the heck did time go? I'm sure that there's been a leak and time has escaped. Did the squirrels steal it? Tempest Fugitive. Yeah. I hate it when time escapes like that. Let's put that there. Put one there. Thank you to Twitch for telling me welcome to the chat room. That doesn't at all make me think that Twitch is about to have a moment. Have too much of it during waits or too little? Yes. I don't think I remembered watching the end of the first season of Loki. I am so for Baba. Blah blah blah. I am so far behind on so much TV. Right, what I am going to do is tidy up this area a little bit. Right. That one. That one. Hold on. You should be over here. You should be here. You should be down here, and you should be up here, and then it's you. That's better. Ah! I forgot to put away the job blocks. The Dog of Wisdom. What the heck is the Dog of Wisdom? I'm not sure I want to know what the Dog of Wisdom is. Right. At that point... No clue. No, neither. I haven't the faintest clue what you're on about this. Right. Ignore the Gordons. Okay. And we shall... Right. Us get the camera count into Pretty's mode and YouTube video. Okay. Over here we have 2 llama on the entrance to the Caldera tunnel. That's looking nice. I really like the way that that's come together, and I like the broken down room. It's a shame that... Oh, it does still drip. That's nice. I was about to say, it's a shame that you don't have the drips, but you do. That is nice. They don't seem as pronounced. Either way, as we go into the tunnel... Oh, I like that. Yeah, it did that a minute ago to me as well, Kel. So I think Twitch is being twitchy. It kind of sort of... the styling along the edges breaks down at this end, but I really, really like the way that this is coming together. This definitely feels like an entrance tunnel, much more than it did at the beginning of stream, where it felt very much like it was just unfinished rock. Is that a hole on the edge there? Oh, no, it's not. As I said, what I think will be nice is, as we get further down it this way, we bring in more of the wheaty dirt and the wheaty dirt brick. And as we get to this end, we possibly make it so that this end is where we have stalagmites and stalactites starting to build up at the entrance to the tunnel and dotting further in, so that we have more options on feel of the tunnel as we go through. And something tells me once that's finished, that's going to be a really, really nice fly through. God, doing fly-throughs of all of this is just really ridiculous. It's just lovely. The more I do of this, the more it just feels like I have no idea how this much of this build exists, other than, you know, the fact that there've been like 11. I was about to say 11 months of it, but it's not. It's been 8 months. 8.5. However, we have reached that point in the evening where I have to declare thank you to everyone for joining me. And yes, 7.5 months. Really? We started on the 1st of January. Oh, we're in the 8th month. Good point. I don't know how to math. I can't math. Math is... no, math is not something that I can do. Oh boy. I can't even figure out how to wrap up stream. I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. Everyone in chat, everyone lurking, everyone watching, all the new follows, etc. As always, it has been very lovely to have you all here. I will be back again tomorrow at my usual time, 2.5 hours previously to now, when we will be going back under the mountain to carry on with the Petra-inspired temple around the Nether Stem Farm. I think we're getting close to possibly, nearly, maybe getting close to having that finished, I would hope. And I refuse to comment on the off by n errors, particularly since they're usually off by 1. I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a good evening, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye-bye.